So hi, this is Mark from Skywagon University. This is part 2 of a 2-part video talking about the Cessna Skycatcher. Part 1, which you can view right here, is the walking and talking and looking around the inside and a little bit of background to it, a bit of history to it and what engine's in it and all that detail. So this is part 2 where we're going to get in it and we're going to fly it around the pattern. So enough of the chat, let's do that. Clear. So to start it, master on, mixture in, mags on, crack the throttle, turn the key, running. And then taxiing it, it's differential braking, so it'll just roll straight until you add a bit of brake to either side, and then the nose wheel will free caster. We've checked the fuel. It holds 12 gallons a side, so 26 gallons in total, and burns 6 gallons an hour. So it's you could be in the pattern training in a plane like this for 3 or 4 hours. Well, with takeoffs maybe less, but 3 or 4 hours. We've got synthetic vision here, got the map coming up over here, comm is on Placerville, door is open. It's hard to reach that door on your own when you're reaching up to get it when it's open, so I've closed it already. See the embankment out there? There it is on here. And if I were to brake, it bobs up and down like it's seeing the real thing. Incredible to have that in a primary trainer.
Placerville traffic, Malibu 120, Papa Tango taxiing from the ramp to runway 23. Via left, crosswind departure.
Closing the door, latch, secondary latch. Controls. Gas. Attitude, electric trim, run up. Placerville, Skycatcher 249, departing runway 23, a local flight, Placerville. Put in takeoff flaps, put her on the center line, there it is, look. And it will fly very soon. Gently pull back. Whoops, sensitive. Look at that. Look at the runway. Flaps away. So see how the stick, you'd think it'd be weird in a slot. See how the stick is totally natural feeling. I mean, it's a bit warm today, there's a bit of turbulence, so I'm going to be bobbing around. But it's totally intuitive. I'll put the engine on here, it's 2400 RPM, back to 24. Right there. I mean, I've literally flown this thing for 5 minutes prior to this, and it feels like I could totally fly it. I mean, it's very, very sensitive. It's very intuitive. If you were a primary student in it first time ever, it would not feel strange. We're climbing like a homesick angel too. We're doing 80. So rather than just round the pattern, let's fly it around a bit. Maybe do a stall. We're climbing at 1,000 feet a minute. We're doing 60, 1,000 feet a minute. There are the snow caps here as in real life. and on the synthetic vision.
Traffic number 681 Delta Charlie.
Engine management.
Bound for left foot traffic 30 Kingston.
Okay, let's see what you can do in cruise. Power attitude trim. So I'll set it up at 2400. Bam. No climb. Bam. Trim it. The bobbing around is not me. The bobbing around is the day. Nice. We're doing 90. The 400 horsepower is at 2600 RPM.
Full stop.
Sorry, 2700 RPM. But we've got an EGT of 1100, so I can lean it. Arb temp is good. Volts right in the middle. Amps 13. Everything in the green. But we're over 100 knots. There's Placerville. And my house. See the little slider under there for the yoke? We're doing 100 knots, burning 6 gallons an hour. Okay, let's see how slowly it will safely fly. I'll pull the nose up, get rid of some airspeed. Put in some flaps.
Placerville traffic, Malibu 120 Papa Tango, taking runway 23 for departure. It'll be a left crosswind departure, Placerville.
So we're doing 50, 47, 45, still climbing, 40, 39. Look, nose high in the air, we're doing 37 knots. We've still got aileron.
Traffic November 681 Delta Charlie.
I mean, I gotta work at it. I'm in the red here, look. It's 36. Very predictable, very stable. And with the flaps down, you put your arm over them. It's actually quite comfortable.
Traffic, Malibu 120 Papa Tango on the roll 23, Placerville.
So there's a Malibu taking off. I'm going to turn out a little bit to the right, get out of their way. He's probably 300 knots faster than me. And as quickly as that, we're pointing the other way. And over here, if you want to, you can have it on engine. You can have big engine, or you can have little engine info on the top. You can have terrain. You can have your flight profile over the Sierras. Map, airplane, airport information, normal map. The previous owner of this, of which there has been one.
Malibu 120 Papa Tango, climbing through 3000, turning left crosswind, Placerville.
There's been one previous owner of this plane who bought it brand new with every option in it. He flew it to Maine from California. He also flew it to Sun and Fun in Florida from California. So, I mean, he's not shy about taking it cross country, but he's just sold it because he got too old to fly it. All this with 1,000 hours total time on everything. Perfect primary flight trainer, hour builder. All this. I don't normally talk about prices in these videos, but under 70 grand buys this much fun. Big wide cabin. I weigh pounds, and it's light, it's nimble. But we're just cruising around at 100 knots. And it's very responsive. I have no concept that this is not a normal stick. I have no feel that is weird going under the dash like that. So, that's turned around. The Malibu's gone. It's probably 100 miles away by now.
fun. I haven't yet found a thing in it that's thinking, oh, unlimited, oh, there's that. I mean, it's not a Mooney, it's not an altitude turbo-powered six-seater, but there's nothing in it yet where I've gone, oh, that's weird. It's surprisingly nice. If Cessna had got their act together in production and kept their price where they wanted it and kept it here in the US, not shipped it all across the world to make it, and kept the price at 100 grand, there would be Skycatchers all across the United States in flight schools. I mean, it's the obvious evolution, 150, 152, 162. I mean, some of the 152s now are the same price as this, but 45 years older with 10 times the hours. I've got control wheel steering and autopilot disconnect on the yoke, so if you've got everything set up on autopilot and you want to look at your house, you can press control wheel steering and it disengages it for a maneuver, and then when you let go of it, it goes back to what you had, so you don't have to reset everything in here, and the autopilot will re-engage where you left it. And then trim is electric on both, push to talk on both, electric trim on both. Remember the bumper cars and the fair? They'd be like, car number 6, your time's up. It's like, I feel like someone's about to call that out and let me come back. I don't want to come back. Incredible downward visibility. The strut is behind the wing, so it's not even in the way. I mean, you can see out there without any obstruction. There's Placerville. Incredible visibility. I better get serious. Placerville, Skycatcher 249, left crosswind 23 Placerville.
Taking traffic 1 Delta Charlie, final 3.
Doing 103. Also, being able to see the fuel so visibly in the pipes like that, like in a Super Cub, gives you some, it's like an assurance in your, the confidence of what you actually have got rather than a flickery gauge. Nobody coming on downwind. Placerville, Skycatcher, 249s on left downwind for 23 at Placerville, full stop. Bam, there we are, 3,400 feet, left downwind for 23 at Placerville. There's a carb temperature gauge right there, and I'm way above it. Not in the icing at all.
Traffic 1 Delta Charlie, upwind 30, left road traffic.
It wanted to fly at 40, and we saw it trying to not even stall at 37, so I'm going to land it at 45. Here comes the white arc, which means I can put in flaps. 2. Placerville, Skycatcher 249 on left base, 23 Placerville, full stop. Clear on final. Placerville, Skycatcher 249, final, full stop on 23 Placerville. Full flaps, trim.
500.
500 apparently. Look at it, perfectly trimmed on final.
Traffic 1 Delta Charlie, crosswind 30, left road traffic.
I'm doing 67 knots at the moment. Holding her at 65 knots. There's the runway, look. Okay, let's get it in ground effect, just hold it off and see where it wants to land. It's so light.
Taking traffic 1 Delta Charlie, downwind 30.
Center line, nose up, holding her off. Oh, holding her off. Well, 40. But it does exactly what you want it to do. If it's bobbing around and you're counteracting it, it will react and it will correct very nicely. And then, of course, oh yeah, air conditioner on. Skycatcher, clear 2-3. So, in conclusion, I would say I would absolutely have loved to have learned to fly in a plane like this. This is really a surprise. I thought that because they hadn't succeeded in production, it was something wrong with the plane, but it wasn't. It was something wrong with the development and the marketing and the production, because this would have been a success. To shut it down. Radios.
Traffic 1 Delta Charlie.
I'll tell you before I do it, because when I turn that off, the mic's going to go off. Good. Radios, mixture, master mags.
Okay, so we flew it. Very pleasantly surprised, I have to say, because a lot of people have preconceptions about planes like Mooney's float, 210 gear is unreliable. There's a lot, every plane has got its mystery. For me, having flown one of these once before, many, many years ago, and not remembering it, I found this to be incredibly nice to fly. Very pleased. It's the kind of plane you go Sunday afternoon, nice day, I'm just going to go and fly for the sake of flying. Really excellent. So this is a channel that we do a lot of reviews of different planes on, and they're all down here on the left side. The first part of this one is here to watch me doing the talking and walking part, as I said. So thanks very much for watching, and if you liked it, there's a subscribe thing down below and a bell for notifications. And thanks very much for watching.